Previously on Quest Friends Hereafter. Do you know why my hair is green? There are tales. You might call them legends. I call them legendary. I'll find a way to scrub this name from this card and bring Sammy Esther back.
Who wants to help me break into Die-Hop?
I, temporarily for a brief period, take your place on this trip, and you go off and go on your little adventure. And all I need from you in exchange is the ability to do so.
I would like to give Irene a deadbolt.
So when are we going?
Yeah, it feels good, doesn't it? Soon. See, all the Jakes are leaving.
Irene turns over. She swears she can see a girl her age with like a book.
No!
All right, so today's going to be interesting because we are recording about 45 minutes late because I was very, very late at work. And tonight is a night that Ari has a hard deadline. And so originally we were going to reschedule. But then Ari said something along the lines of, unless you think we got a motor, gotta go fast, in which case let's postpone. And I realized we do have to motor, gotta go fast, which is why we're recording this evening. Not only are you an escape room in character, you're in an escape room out of character as well. So let's get started, shall we?
It's like a metaphor or something.
What?
In a way.
Is it?
No.
In a way. I'm right. Let's do it. Let's get out of the escape room.
I don't think it's a meta.
It is. I'm an English major.
What is a metaphor for?
That's for you to decide. Let's get out of here.
Anyways, you're all in Die-Hop. A flame has appeared, a magical demon flame appeared. It went over the entire room, but now it is centralized on two doors. One is the door that you were trying to get into, Big Jake Hell's secret door.
Only Sparky is trying to get into Jake's
And then I gave a brief summary previously. When you go into each room, I will describe it in more detail, but I have sent you all a map. This map will be in the description. It shows you all the rooms in Die-Hop. The main one you're in right now is the main dining area. This is the area you're used to. It's a IHOP, but just occasionally replace something with a book. So I mentioned before, those overhead hanging lights are like the green dim ones that they have in libraries. You've got little library shelves breaking off the booths, so like separating each booth instead of like the glass wall. And
do they have green dim lights in libraries?
I feel like that's the library. Let me put up library light.
Like the green lamps that you put on study tables?
Yeah. They're
not dim exactly, but I know what you're talking about.
They always feel dim.
Yeah, because the top of them is so green that it dims, like they look dim from the top.
Yeah.
But they're quite powerful lights.
In addition to the map, I have also sent you a picture of that light.
Oh, those things.
Yeah.
Those lights are hanging above the desks. Is that a clue? Is that not?
It's definitely a clue.
I'd like to examine the lamps, please.
You look at the lamps. You really take them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, those sure are lamps.
Can I, what happens if I turn them off and on again?
Roll me. Use the unfamiliar, which is books.
Books!
Sparky knows how to turn on a light.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But you're trying to use it to unearth a mystery.
That's true. 6.
You got 6.
I got 6.
So I get to choose 2 out of 3. It takes longer than expected to work. It works, but in a way that's harmful to you, and it breaks after or while being used. I'm going to say 1, it breaks.
Hey.
But before it breaks, the other 2 of you just see Sparky turning this light on and off and on and off and on and off for an unreasonably long time.
Kika thinks it's Morse code of some sort, and he begins trying to write the message that Sparky is trying to communicate as he turns the lights on and off.
Irene watches the lights blink hypnotized.
Kike, roll me understand.
Oh my god. Okay.
I want to see if Sparky accidentally types out a Morse code message that happens to be helpful.
8.
8. All right. All you can make out is crepe.
Just crepe over and over.
Just crepe.
Are you moving from your obsession of rutabagas to a obsession to crepes, Sparky? Is that what you're telling in your veiled message instead of solving a mystery at hand of how to escape this room with a flame at the door?
Sparky gives Kike the most what the fuck look she has ever given him because she is currently playing with a lamp, so she doesn't have the 4D chess vision right now that Kike has. She just looks at him and goes, "What?"
You keep saying crepes. I see what you're doing. You're doing some veiled Morse message, and I have solved it.
I've cracked it.
Solve the escape room!
I cracked the case.
The room is on fire, Kike. You haven't solved anything. What?
Well, I cracked your case. Apparently, you've been obsessed with crepes. However, that is a thing that has to be discussed later. Right now, Sparky, let's just focus on the mission. Let's see. There's a lamp here. Have you tried plugging it and plugging it back in?
Yeah, the lamp doesn't do shit, Kike. I'd like to start picking up all the stools by the griddle, see if anything's under them.
I would like to get a cup of water and try to pour it on the fire.
So you can get shockingly close to the fire without feeling a thing, but the second the water touches it, the whole room goes ablaze again for a second.
Ooh.
Is it hot when that happens?
Yeah, it is hot. It's actually so hot that Pokio,
Oi?
you flail back and fall on the back of your little barrel cactus back.
This is too hot to cook with, they say.
Irene scoops up Pokio and looks upwards, as if she thought that maybe they had fallen from the sky.
Malaya is trying to have a staring competition with the fire.
Malaya, roll me just a flat fierce.
Oh, 4.
You are losing real badly.
Oh.
You are-
Fire ain't to speak in Morse code.
Yeah, the fire is mocking you in Morse code.
Well, Malaya doesn't speak Morse code.
That's why you think it's mocking you. I will say, Pokio, though, something peculiar caught your attention when you were upside down,
Oi?
and you're able to look back at it when you get up. You notice that the way DieHop is set up is that the place where you order is right next to the griddle. It literally is the griddle. Like, they place the check right at the very end of the griddle and have to make sure it doesn't catch on fire.
That's so bad.
And kind of like at a burger place almost, the menu is right above the griddle where everyone can see.
Okay.
And right next to Last King of the French is a section burned out of the name Crepe. And underneath it says, "We'll open the door to your heart."
Oh.
Okay.
So crepe might actually have been a clue. I'm saying this out of character because Kike has not seen this thing.
No, Pokio has seen it and now has to relay it to everyone else, even though the only person who can talk to them is Irene and the severed hand that Kike has.
Oi! 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 They're pointing.
Ah, I see. You can read, Pokio.
Oiko! Oiko!
Dial
Liam!
This
Oiko! Oiko! Pokio is now communicating to the other Necromon because they think they'll have a better shot at least of getting like one layer of communication down with them. Oiko! Oiko! Cop! Cop! Oiko!
Irene will go over to Sparky and Kike. Crepe will open the door to your heart.
What?
And point.
What?
Crepe!
What? Are you hungry?
Boidle Rat goes around and starts rummaging through the back of the griddle, just like getting it all into the wires.
Oh, God, okay,
And the Mossy is, you're going to see all three of them get off of Irene and just roll into different parts of DieHop.
I hope this was helpful.
Maybe you were onto something, Sparky.
Kike, what do you order here?
What did I order here?
Like, what do you get when we come here? I can't remember.
I actually don't remember. Do I order grapes?
It's never been said. What do you get here, Kike?
What's on the menu?
Don't you put this back at me. Don't you turn this back. Come up with a goddamn crepe item.
Come up with a joke, Ari. Come up with a crepe.
Calcium. I don't know. Milk.
Calcium.
You're just, he only brings in his calcium cider that he makes from home. He never actually buys anything at IHOP.
Okay, so this blank crepe that has burn marks over it, is there a way I can go just like chip them off with my nail? Like, I want to see if I can read the word any better.
You go to chip it off, but it's not like burned on. It is burned away.
Okay.
So where it's blank crepe will open the door to your heart, it now says blank epee will open the door to your heart because you've accidentally chipped off the C and the R.
Okay.
I will give you up there, though, because you didn't interact with it. You do see that it is dated on the back.
Okay.
And it looks like this was printed back on September 25th, 2007.
Ooh.
And we're assuming that this takes approximately in like April 2024 when this is recorded.
Okay. Oh, that's a long time ago. How many updates has this menu gone through? Like none. If this is still on your, why is it burned off?
Perhaps there's like a menu registry, you know, like I like to have like memorabilia of things in the past. Maybe there is something here that has previous menu items.
Yes, you finally said something useful, Kike. Let's go to the microfilm room. I want to look through the microfilm room for an old menu.
So you all make it into the microfilm room. This is just covered wall to wall with reviews, articles, and in the center, a little tiny microfilm that's like has a bunch of things covered on top of it. You actually see one of the mossies is just is just gumming on something on top of the microfilm when you get in.
That could be the vital clue that we are waiting on. We want to set up the microfilm, including the mossy.
It does not want you to take it away. The mossy is enjoying its snack.
Irene,
maybe this is part of the clue. Maybe.
How would the mossy be part of the clue? Irene, get your little thing.
Mossies, please release your prize. And she will hold out her hands a little to the left of where really it should be.
Oh, the mossy goes to roll in your hands and just plops at the ground by your feet.
Thank you, she says, picking it up and pretending it didn't happen.
All right, so you're going to look at the microfilm.
Yeah.
I would have you roll, but I feel like all three of you would know how to use microfilm.
I feel like Kika specifically would know how to use microfilm.
You can see inside the microfilm. Like, Kike, you can like see all the gears and how it works. You can see everything. But most notably, you notice that the mossy was gumming on what seemed to be a series of articles about incidents at various themed restaurants, all of which ended in a green inferno.
Well, this seems particularly suspicious. This seems like there's a historical precedent for what is happening at this location. What has happened before and will happen again.
Will not happen again.
Quote that said
there
in
you
the
go.
lay book called "What Has Happened Will Happen Before."
I choose to believe that you can see in the microfilm the part that says "no survivors" as Kike's like, "This will happen again."
Why is this article written in Latin? Irene says, staring intently at the paper.
You look through these articles, which again, grisly, ghastly, horrific attacks that are marked by two things: a lack of survivors and green fire. And all of them take place in some kind of themed restaurant.
I have two questions.
Yeah.
What color is the fire here? Is this just fire?
This is red. This is just regular red.
Oh, okay, it's not green fire.
All right, what's the second question?
Is Chuck Beavers in danger?
You are at the dreariest place on earth, Chuck Beaver's Emporium of Fun and Pizza. This is a small, dingy, definitely dead entertainment venue / pizza complex. You can see a bunch of half put together, half decaying animatronics are playing on the stage to your left, while to your right, in front of a completely vacant desk, a befuddled Earl Hawthorne is pressing a bell that no longer dings, trying to get the attention of employees that have long since left this venue. Oh, hello? Hello? Is someone, wow, they're,
No one will be here.
Oh no, they're just, they're hiding. Maybe they're phantoms or something like that.
Hiding?
Yeah, maybe they're, what? Irene. Aubrey kind of gets down on one of his knees and looks at you. Let's just play along for now, all right? I think our father kind of needs this, you know? Actually, Aubrey stops himself, realizing that he was maybe going to be a bit too honest with you. Is like, you know, I hear a lot of these old games don't require any electronics, so here, I have some coins here. Why don't you go try it out on some of the machines?
Fine. I'm going to take the money and say nothing else and leave. I mean, why bother prolonging these conversations?
But first, I'm going to unbraid this hair. So restricting.
You are the divided who changes her face and makes deals. You live literally in shadows. And you are here at Chuck Beaver's Emporium of Fun and Pizza with a sad dad and someone who would rather give up their career just to go back and babysit a 12-year-old, 13, whatever, you know, a kid. Why are you still here?
This is boring. Other stuff was boring. I want to go find something interesting and less depressing then.
Then Earl Hawthorne just ringing a bell that's like dust comes out. It's not making the ringing sound. Aubrey trying to like find some sort of management here.
Look, it's just like, it's getting me down, okay? I went through the trouble of stealing someone's face. I'm sure there's gonna be something interesting here.
You're a literal shadow who made a deal with Rasputin, the saddest, the person who's not even a Tsar in Tsarvia, and this is more sad than him.
Yeah. At least Rasputin's Boidle Rat loved him back.
Oh.
Is there anywhere that says do not enter?
This whole place is a do not enter. Like, this is clearly shut down. No one works here. The animatronics look like they could come alive and kill anyone at any moment. You can swear you even hear the soft wailing of, like, a ghost forced to haunt these halls or something.
Well, the wailing ghost has to be less depressing than Earl Hawthorne, so let's go find that.
The sound is coming right next to the band stage.
Ew. A sad, crying man.
Everlasting eel? Why weren't we everlasting? You see a probably 20-year-old now, tall man in a disheveled long coat. His green hair is now only green on the tips. It's brown as it hasn't been dyed in a while. And this just really tired, disheveled looking Oset Scuba is holding on to the necro card with Sammy Esther in it as he stares at one of the animatronics, which is supposed to be a snake, but it's just like a loose, floppy piece of fabric that just gets wiggled around.
If is going to pretend that she didn't just say, ew, a sad crying man, and rest her cheek on one hand. Oh, why do you look so sad?
Hello there. Miss, small one from the, tournament and the, party that...
Irene.
Yes, I really need to sleep too.
What?
Well, would you look at the, As he looks around for an excuse, he sees Everlasting Eel wiggle again, and Oset Scuba just breaks back into tears.
If examines her fingernails and thinks for a second. So, why is your eel friend in a card?
His name is Sammy, and he's just, temporarily indisposed. So,
Is it your whole thing, like cards?
my thing, maybe. But he was my whole world. Yes, so such a convincing sob.
Well, why wouldn't you, I don't know, use your probably many skills to fix it?
Roll me convince somebody with, I'm gonna say heart. You're appealing to his heart there, buddy. You're appealing to his heart there, buddy old pal. Isn't it fun being a PC? You still play by my rules, sucker.
I mean, for now. I rolled a 6.
Fix it. You think I haven't tried? I almost Scuba. He was gonna go do one of his boisterous yells, but just immediately broke down. I don't have Scuba Core anymore. I don't have Sabby to back me up. You need like legendary magic, and we all know that these things, and he points to the green hair, talking about legendary Necromon, are like happy endings. They don't exist.
If is going to lean her elbow onto the stage.
Everlasting Eel wiggles and tickles the back of your neck.
You know.
And by that, I mean the back of Irene's neck. That doesn't usually, that's not everybody, but this one does get very ticklish in the back of her neck.
She cringes a little bit. How is this body so old? And puts a hand on her lower back and slowly straightens back up. How do you know they don't exist?
Oset looks at you, tears in his eyes. I have wasted so much of my life looking for them with my vast skills, and he does giant hand air quotes. I should have been able to find them by now, but all I have found is a cavalcade of misery and pain, one that leaves me cold in my heart and cold. And I need you to take a GM intrusion.
No, thank you.
Come on, this will be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The waggly, waving little noodle thing now hits you hard on the back of the neck as it is frozen solid in place. And you see as little ice crystals cover the entirety of the stage. To most people, they would look clear, but you notice just the ever so slight tinge of green.
Lucy, just in time.
The escape room is about to begin in earnest, but first we have an announcement break about the escape room. I really worked hard to make sure that all the puzzles in the upcoming episode worked at least to some degree from an auditory perspective, but if you'd like to follow along at home, I have all of the puzzles from this episode in the order they appear down in the description. These puzzles were made with the help of Bill and Danny from Escape This Podcast. Escape This Podcast is a phenomenal combination of tabletop role-playing and escape rooms where basically guests come in and they try to escape a room. We participated in one of their escape rooms last year, and that's actually how I got the idea for this episode. We had so much fun, I thought, well, you know, I could probably do that. And I only think I could because of the help that Bill and Danny gave me. And so if you want to see what happens when they design it directly, rather than them telling someone ideas on how to design it, check out Escape This Podcast in the description. Finally, I just wanted to do a quick follow-up from Tom's announcement break from last episode. I don't want to linger on this too much because he said everything much better than I can, but I just want to reinforce that Tom's decision to step away has no bearing on our relationship, our friendship. It was really just him and what he wanted to focus his times on and the new things in his life. You as an audience have been phenomenal about not jumping to what everyone jumps to, which is that there's some kind of drama. But I just really wanted to not only reinforce that, but I also wanted to reinforce that we have no plans to replace Tom. After all, Quest Friends, the podcast all about best friends, would be a bit... It just feel weird if one of our best friends left and then we immediately replaced him. So that's all I got. The clock is ticking on our players for the escape room, so we're going to let them get right back into it. But if, when you finish this episode, you want additional short stories, podcasts, or behind-the-scenes insights, you can check them out at patreon.com/questfriends. I'll see you there. Kike, would you pay attention to a snobby food critic?
I think so. I think that might be.
I feel like Kike would listen to that.
All right, so you go through all these articles, and while terrifying and tantalizing, none of them seem to give you the name of anything. That being said, you do notice while flipping through it that one of them is right under an article by the food critic Julian Fries. His last name is spelled Fries, but pronounced Freeze.
What a jackass.
Julian is a food critic that you follow, Kike, and he notoriously spoils the entire recipe in his reviews.
Oh, okay.
A couple things about Julian Fries. He writes for the Daily Palindrome, and he likes to release his reviews on holidays.
Would I know if he has any reviews related to crepes?
You know, he likes to try things that he likes to try things that are like really big and bombastic that claim they will do stuff like open the door to your heart. So it is very likely that he did in fact write a review for that crate. However, that article isn't in the pile here. It's somewhere in the shelves and shelves and shelves of microfilm over there, and all you have to work off of for those is the date. You have to figure out what date this review would have been on.
Well, okay, so you say he does it usually on holidays.
He does it on holidays.
So, like, are his reviews, like, themed to the holiday? Like, if it's New Year's Eve being, like, the newest tragedy of the, you know, like, or, oh man, spooky soup. I don't know, like...
Spooky soup?
Yeah.
The spooky soup?
The spooky soup.
So we could look for February 14th.
The menu was dated from 2007, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to tear through all 2007 files.
February 14th, 2007.
Yeah.
There is not an article from the Daily Palindrome there.
Okay.
All you have on February 14th, 2007 is BioShock. That would have been in 2007.
Biospark.
BioSpark! BioSpark the Electric Jester. It's a combination of BioShock and the 3D platformer Spark the Electric Jester.
Biospark.
It makes no sense to you, Sparky, but it does sound like it was a revolution in gaming.
Okay, gonna look that up when I get home.
Yeah.
Wait, why did you pick 2007 again?
Because that was the date on the back of the menu. The big menu in the big room.
How long ago was Die Hop established?
I will say I'll say you can see on the side there's a map, and we'll say the map was dated 2021.
Okay,
Because Die Hop turned into a Die Hop relatively recently.
I think we should check those.
Like only the recent ones that when it was actually Die Hop.
Well, did they have this? Oh, but that was before and they had the same menu.
I will say you are Tylonoib. Boino Rat goes to help you out, grabs something, busts into the microfilm, and it starts smoking. And you notice it's only got like 1 or 2 tries left in it. You won't be able to brute force this. You have to figure out the year the Daily Palindrome released a review.
Okay.
The Daily Palindrome, which I should note, is definitely not a daily newspaper.
Right.
Does it only come out on days of the year that
Ellie's typing in something.
No, I'm not. Okay, well, July 20th isn't a holiday, but that would be...
I will note this newspaper does release in the world of the here, which does the month, day, year, as opposed to the hereafter, which is day, month, year.
Oh, God.
Okay, this does month, day, year.
Why do you...
Well, that...
Why? I have to deal with that.
Okay, well, that ruins my...
Fucking bullshit of your month, day, year. It makes no fucking sense.
That is what Kike is saying, by the way, as you're looking up dates.
Yeah, he hates it because I hate it. It makes no sense.
He's so mad.
The day should be before the month. It's just like, I hate it. Like, why do you have the month before the day here?
Kike has said this probably a dozen times on a loop to you, Sparky, as you're trying to figure out when this is.
He thinks he said it like 3 times. It has been 9 at least while I am trying to get through this microfilm.
So are we sold on February 14th or 2/14 instead of 14/2?
So it's gonna be...
It would be 2/14/12. We'd have to go back to 2012 to make it a palindrome holiday.
Oh, and it's the Daily Palindrome, right?
Yeah.
So it probably should be a palindrome.
Yeah.
You grab February 14th, 2012, and you put it in the microfilm, and there is a review by Julian Freeze. Valentine's Day is a tricky day for me. I choose to believe I love all humanity, and yet I cannot find love, only the sweet embrace of today a crepe. Will Lucy's lover's crepe warm my heart? Well, let's start with the beginning of my day. This goes on for like 10 paragraphs.
I throw it down as soon as I see the name of the crepe. Lucy's lover's crepe? What a stupid name for a crepe.
For once, I am going to agree with you, Sparky.
So to be clear, you do not read the rest of the article.
I want to read the rest of the article.
I throw it to Kike.
Kike, you go all the way to the bottom, yada, 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 yada. You're skimming through it, going straight to the recipe, where he talks about, the ingredients. Refined and delicate. Not only opened literally every door in the vicinity, but I must admit did open a door to my heart as well. The sour tang of the lemon. The earthy sensation of the oregano, the sweet, sumptual vanilla, and the mysterious enoki mushrooms. These 4 ingredients form the core of a delicious recipe indeed, one that shall live eternally in my now non-frozen heart. Anyways, yeah, so it's got a bunch of crepe ingredients, but the key things are the spices, which are lemon, oregano, vanilla, and enoki mushrooms.
I don't think that's a spice, but...
Lemon, oregano, vanilla, and enoki mushrooms. Love!
Yeah, love. It smells love.
Thank you.
Irene has wandered and is digging through the fridge. You could tell her to get things and she will.
Irene, kid detective, you should get lemon, oregano, vanilla, enoki mushrooms.
You turn over and see that Irene is not digging through the fridge. She has instead gone into the bathroom and pulled open a stall in the bathroom because that's white like a fridge and is just digging around. I won't do in the toilet itself. I'll do in the little bowl above the toilet that you can pull off.
That's close enough. That's close enough. That
No,
could
it's
also
not
actually
close
be a
enough.
clue.
There's nothing in there.
I actually also thought about looking in the bathroom because you never know. There's always clues in the bathroom. So I think that's a good
Okay. Oh my god.
a good thing to keep digging, to keep looking into that. I will in the meantime go grab lemon, oregano, vanilla, and enoki mushrooms.
Oh god.
All right, so Kike, you go to the spice rack, which of course, like all things in this library, is booked themed. It is a rack of multiple books, and you go and you grab one and you open it, and inside you can see that they're not labeled on the inside, and you can't smell them due to the overwhelming stench of French.
Oh, French!
So you aren't sure what ingredients to use, and you have to use those four specifically. The only thing you can use to figure them out are, well, I guess they're the book names. The books are Brittle Monster's Guide to Necromon Care, The Second Coming of Wailter, Love, No Kidding, A Heartbroken Banshee's Guide to Romance, Arkansas, Oregon, Oklahoma, and other normally spelled state names. Book, for when you need a book. The Birds and the Powers That Bees. Which is Exposed, the dead that bite doesn't want you to know about. Equality, which is crossed out and it's replaced with Egalite for dummies. A scandalous looking book that says Heart, Meet Shiv, and Ill Affection.
I want to read that.
And then finally, Braden, Aiden, Max Cash. Tips and tricks to score big at BAM Arcades.
God.
Anyways, yeah, those are that is the shelf.
Okay.
As the rest of you get in there, you also notice the spice rack is behind the griddle. It is a mess of wires and cables and little notes that Philippe Galate has left to himself. There are no cooking implements around. And I'm going to say, Sparky, you stop Irene as she goes to turn on one of the griddles, one of the two griddles. And you notice that whenever she turns on one, the other one turns off.
Ooh.
Oh god.
I think there should be an order to when these brittles are turned on.
Yeah.
As in the mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Cookie, the poisson.
Yeah.
The mystery of fish.
Yes.
Of Lay's latest novel.
So many flashbacks of doing this kind of thing with Alina for like Sparky's entire life are flashing through her brain. This is like PTSD from mystery solving.
Aren't you supposed to be good at this, Sparky Malarkey?
At turning on the griddle?
No. Escaping from situations you have created.
I'm working on it.
It just seems like if you were good at it, it would be faster.
Sparky just purses her mouth in a deeply, deeply upset. She has been burned so bad just now. And she's just going to angrily, I'm playing with the lighters now. Kike can solve the books on his own.
Oh no, okay.
I'm brute forcing these friars.
Okay, we'll call them Friar 1 and Friar 2. What's the order in which you turn them on?
2-1.
Nope.
What about if you turn them at the same time? Just like...
I ignore him. And I do 1-2.
Nope. Both turn off.
Sparky, what if you turn them at the same time?
I turn 1 and 2, but like really fast.
Nope.
Sparky!
I turn 2 and 1, but really fast.
What if you turn them at the same time?
Nope.
I turn on just 1.
Sparky!
It's there, but it's not hot enough.
Okay, but I wait 10 seconds, and then I turn number 2 on.
And they both go off.
She lets free that scream in character, and then finally turns both of them on at the same time.
All three of you are catapulted back as they explode in an inferno. And then as the books you hit topple on your head and you all kind of topple to the ground, both of them turn off again.
Okay, well, they didn't work, Kike.
Well, but it worked in Le Poisson, the book about fish from Lay's latest novel. So,
Okay, that's great, but this is real life, and we have a fire on our hands. A magical fire on our hands.
Oh, also the fire's about halfway up.
Yeah, okay.
I'd say probably a little more.
It is getting quite hot here. We're in a dire hot situation here. Okay.
Die-hop situation.
Die hop, more like die hot.
Yeah,
right.
We're gonna die.
Hot. Okay, well, help me with these books, Sparky, instead of turning things. I think there might be a connection. Is there something here that has 10 things related to these books?
I thought these books had the spices in them. We have to find which one has the right spices, right? Because they're not labeled correctly.
Correctly, and you can't smell them because they're all covered in French.
Yeah. Okay.
Right,
I think
right.
I think number 4 is oregano because we've got Oregon followed by Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah.
You see how that's oregano?
Okay, I like that.
That's all I got.
Well, that's something. That's a start, you know?
All right, you pull that one off the shelf.
Oh, 9 is vanilla because Shiv and ill affection. That's vanilla.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Pull that off the shelf.
Okay.
What else we have? Lemon.
Got lemon and enoki left.
I will give you something, Kike. Your brain is doing so many calculations at once that it decided to jump straight from enoki to enoki mushroom. And you haven't found enoki, but you have found that enoki mushroom as like a collective is not in there.
Oh, it's not? Oh, dang.
It's either enoki or it's mushroom, but mushroom isn't really that specific, so it probably is enoki.
Okay, man. I was like thinking that maybe 10 was mushroom because you have Matt and Cash mushroom.
Mushroom. I like imagining Kike's jaw just unhinging and moving left and right as he tries to make Max Cash sound like it says mushroom. Mushroom.
Yeah, the other 2 might not be an exact spelling, maybe. Even though the other 2 were, but I don't see anything that spells out lemon, and I don't see anything that spells out enoki.
Enoki? What kind of word is that, anyways?
Oh my god, Emily.
What?
You remember Brittle Monster? You read those books when you were a kid, even though they're like college-level textbooks.
Obviously.
I will say a loopy Irene. You start reading it to yourself, and everyone hears Brittle Monster.
Oh, wow, that is okay. I see.
Okay.
I see it now.
Okay, we found the lemon.
So it is enoki. Love, no kidding.
Oh! You did it, Kike!
I found one.
No, we did it!
We did it, except the ones Kyle had to keep giving us.
We're good at these things. No, he only had to give it for 1.
He only gave us 1, though.
Yeah, he only gave us 1.
As you're celebrating, the flame timer ticks up and you realize that you still have no cooking implements and you still have no working griddle.
Well, but we have the spices now.
Hey, we've got the spices and we've got Moxie and we are refreshed from this success.
Yes.
Someone will have to stop Irene from just trying to pour the spices on the door.
Okay, Irene, don't. We just got these. We just got the spices.
Tylenol. Boydle Rat grabs one of the spices that you didn't. She grabs the birds and the powers that be and just fucking chucks it at the door. The book flings back, and Kike, you watch in slow motion as a book just slowly moves towards you.
Can I try and dodge it?
You just step to the side casually, and to everyone else, it looks like Kike supernaturally jumped to the side as this book pings past him and clatters into the storeroom directly behind the griddle.
Unless that was a clue.
Can you even believe these 2? Irene says to her new friend, who's definitely there in the room with all of us.
Oh my god, there's a storeroom.
Ah, that's the clue. Let's take all of our clues and head there.
Maybe there's something that will help the griddle turn on at the storeroom, or there's a spatula. You don't need a frying pan for a griddle. You just put it on the griddle.
Well, we'll never know if we don't go and see.
Drip. 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 the leaky pipes in the top of this barren storage room drip, drip, drip onto puddles on the ground. Puddles that are very hard to maneuver past.
Oh, it is raining.
In the distance, you see at the very far end of this seemingly impossibly long hallway, a brimstone spatula behind a case with a light above it just flick, 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 doing a terrifying flick. And one of the mossies is just shaking there.
Oh,
Poor baby.
See, like seeming to whisper to you.
I have a question that Irene wouldn't ask, but it's my question. Is it in Morse code?
No, the Mossy just speaks.
No, the flickering light.
oh! Kike wants to see if it's Morse code.
Kike, you go and step forward, and as you do, we hear the sound in the background. This
Is that Morse code?
see some, and as you step on the puddle, see some, the Mossy starts screaming out of nowhere with fierce, piercing, angry eyes. Kike, you are forcibly knocked back by this weird, long, soft, snake-like creature, and it pushes you back to the entrance of the door before slithering back and just
Well, that is not Morse code.
Excuse me, I need my Necromon, Irene says and starts walking. She doesn't want to get her shoes wet, so she'll avoid the puddles.
roll me keep your cool.
Okay.
Can I overextend?
How do you overextend? Is it just so you don't get your socks wet?
Well, it's a combination of she has to focus like twice as hard to do anything. And she doesn't want to get her socks wet, and she's worried about the Mossy.
Okay.
So it's a mix of urgent things. She's not at all thinking about the fact that we're in a burning building. That doesn't cross her mind as far as why she's feeling urgent.
Just the doors are burning. Just the doors. So you're going to where the spatula is?
Yeah, but I don't care about the spatula.
You care about your Mossy. Okay.
Irene may not have even noticed the spatula. I got a 5 and a 6.
That's an 11.
So how do you make it to your Mossy?
She just delicately steps around all the little puddles of water, taking tiny little tippy-toe steps, and then occasionally having to take a really big step and just managing to keep her balance. I like to imagine Sparky and Kike do not notice at first that she has just wandered off.
Sparky and Kike, what are you doing?
I mean, I would just go to the spatula regardless of whether a strange snake Necromon is trying to stop me, because I can just hit it.
If Sparky still can't go, I want to send Kike's hand.
How about Kike takes out the hand and the hand is on Sparky's shoulder as Sparky has her SmackBook Pro just raised?
Just ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, so you two are slowly making your way there, not quite as quick as Irene. You can hear and kind of see glimpses of this thing just kind of swerving around this place, up in the pipes, down, around, just little glimpses and shadows. And the sound, as you get about halfway there, stops. I've introduced monsters before. These are monsters that are particularly strong with certain stats, and each of them have a move. This one has the move, I was there the entire time.
Oh.
Irene, you go down to get the Mossy, you pop up, and then just in the light, we see a blank, fuzzy ram's face
No!
What?
with a cowboy hat
What?
that is waggling back and forth a little bit.
Oh, hello.
And Wooblu is going to attack Irene.
Wooblu.
I don't want to hit Wooblu. Fuck you.
No, thank you. And she turns around and leaves. Like, she's not going for anything. She just scooped up her Mossy and is walking away, trying to maneuver around the puddles again. completely ignoring this thing. She's not 100% sure it's real.
I'm going to give this to you. The Wooblu looks confused. You've baffled it.
You've bamboozled it! You've been whooping it!
And Irene is out of the storage room without any equipment.
This villainous sheep is so confused.
And the door then just shuts behind Irene. And then the Wooblu turns to you, Sparky, and Kike's hand.
I gesture to Kike. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I thought you would have a clue about what that was all about.
No, Irene walking out. Ah! Okay, I don't want to hit the sheep, so,
I would like to re-enter the room. Hello, I am sorry, I forgot my friends, she says, and starts picking her way through the puddles again, going back towards Sparky.
KK, in this time, your hand has gotten off of Sparky and successfully grabbed the spatula.
Yes!
Thank God! Thank God!
But you're the only one who notices this.
I'm squaring off against this sheep.
I've gotten the spatula, Sparky!
Screaming!
As I just summon my hand to come back at me like a little boomerang.
The Wooblu now is furious and is laser focused on you, Kike, and I am going to have you roll take action.
Oh no, okay.
I was going to let you get away with it, but you loudly proclaimed that you had it.
Well,
And you specifically said you claimed you had it before you summoned the hand.
Good job, Kike!
okay. I rolled a 6.
It slams the hand against the wall.
No!
No!
And the brimstone spatula falls to the ground.
It seems to be stuck, Sparky.
It sweeps up the spatula in one hand before coiling itself, because it's a wacky wavy inflatable tube arm guy.
Yeah.
Before coiling itself up in a fury and wabbling its arms in the sky ferociously in intimidation to show dominance.
So we're in a storage room,
Yep.
implying there's like boxes and random things around, right?
Yeah.
I honestly just want to confuse it. I just want to kick things in its way and then run away. Well,
But you don't have, it has the spatula.
God.
Love that you had the spatula on 2 separate occasions, and yet we are still fighting for it.
So one of the skills that I took when I upgraded was puppy dog eyes from the Animal Companion playbook, when I can automatically get a full success on a convince somebody without rolling. Can I just convince it to give me this by looking really
Do you like take off your glasses to look at it? Yeah. And it turns out Sparky actually has beautiful, giant, adorable eyes that we just didn't know.
She just wants to make crepes.
Listen, little sheep. We'd really like to get out of this burning building so that we don't die inside it. And we have a lot of things to find out, and I think that we need that spatula that's in your hand. I don't know what you want the spatula for, but you can have it back once we're done. So if you could just please lend it to us, you can help us. You can help us make the love crepe.
Can I start quietly petting it while Sparky talks?
Yeah.
You're so soft, Irene says, and flumps up against him.
And it flumps to the ground, enjoying the pets from...
See, Irene will keep petting you if you give us the spatula.
It happily says that as it drops the spatula to the ground.
I pick it up and I turn and I give Kike like the Parks and Rec Andy Dwyer face. And I point at it like, "Ay!"
Nice! Kika has no idea what just happened, but he's glad that Sparky has the spatula now.
Thank you, Mr. Sheep. Miss Sheep? Thank you, Necromon Sheep. Thank you.
Irene's getting sleepy.
Irene, you recognize what the sheep says, and it says, "I missed you, Lucy."
Oh, what?
Oh.
Does it think we're Lucy?
Lucy must have beautiful eyes.
Lucy must have beautiful. Oh no.
Lucy thinks Sparky is Lucy?
He does.
No. No.
Maybe that can be Sparky's new Necromon all along.
Yeah, since little cutie isn't with her anymore.
Pepito.
All right, so you make it back out to the main room after lots and lots of pets. So I'm going to say Irene is probably after the rest of you.
She's moving slow just in general. Like, this dead bull is...
It's wearing down.
You have the spatula, you have the spices, you do not have a working griddle.
Let me go check the fridge again, Irene says, walking to the bathroom.
Yeah, go check the fridge again, Irene.
I want Kike to go and look. Well, Irene as well.
Yeah, Irene, you just go splish splash. You're splishing, splashing back in the bathroom. It is a very well taken care of bathroom with just a hint of the grunge because Big J. Kell knows you need that little twist of grunge.
A little bit.
Just a little bit of grunge.
Tiny bit, as a treat.
As they are doing that, Sparky, you are at the griddle.
I'm hitting it.
Yeah, nothing is happening.
Okay. What happens if, like, normally you, like, push a burner in to turn it on?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fiddle with different ways to turn these on. Like, maybe it's a silly one and you pull it out.
Kike and Irene, you just occasionally hear screams, then explosions, then screams again. As you're looking through, Irene, you're splish splashing. Kike, I will say you notice that there seems to be something written on the toilet paper.
Oh, interesting. Okay. How do you even write on toilet paper? It's so flimsy.
Is it single or double ply?
It is...
I feel like it should be double for...
It's double ply. He's got the money for it.
Which way is it folded over?
Well, this is on the sink, so that's not relevant. You see, welcome to Die Hop, your one-stop shop for... And then it's ripped off.
Mm-mm. Sparky, do you know the logo of the Die Hop?
Do I know the logo of the Die Hop, Kyle?
Not the logo, but like the slogan, like here it says, welcome to Die Hop.
Do I know the slogan of the Die Hop?
You're one stop for, and it stops. I assume that there's like a slogan that this place has.
It's not just crepes?
I don't know.
Your one-stop shop for crepes?
For crepes? Is it always crepes? Why is it always crepes?
For books? That's the only two things in here, crepes and books. And griddles that don't work.
I don't think it's that third option, but...
Irene, roll me understand.
4 and 4, and I have 1 books.
So that's a 9.
9.
So you kind of get it. As you're debating, you hear Irene just humming a melody to herself, like a little jingle, without thinking.
What is it?
Is
it in Morse code?
It's something like... and there's a second chorus, but I'm not going to try to memorize all this.
4. So it's 1 syllable?
I mean, the slogan fits, but it doesn't have anything after the 4.
I'm going to open my laptop and I'm going to say Die Hop here after jingle.
Into Google?
Into Google. Yeah, and I'm going to see if I can pull up a BooTube video.
How good is Sparky at YouTube? At BooTube?
BooTube.
Okay, I wanted to make that joke and you were like, it sounds like boob tube. So I didn't make that joke. And now you're proudly talking about BooTube. Huh?
It also sounds like booty.
I'm so mad.
I don't know how good at BooTube exactly. It does sound like that. We gotta fix that. But she's good at investigation and finding things.
Okay, roll me understand with advantage.
Okay. 13.
Okay. You pull up a video. It looks like it was from the 80s, even though it definitely was from like 2 years ago.
Excellent.
And you see Big Jake Hell. He doesn't really seem to like be into this. Like he's not super into singing these lyrics, but he says,
and finally a little jingle that our sous chef put together. He insisted I read this
Exactly as written. So, and 1 and 2 and welcome to Die Hop, your one-stop shop for food. We love to slice and chop, so buy a crepe or two. We haven't won awards, we've got a few too many loose boards, but we can promise this to you, we'll never be the ones to leave you blue.
Well, no wonder nobody remembers that jingle. Is too long.
It is pretty long.
It should have stopped at food, in my opinion.
You can hear Irene whispering under her breath, "Welcome to Die."
Okay. So the order of the griddles is either 2-1, 2-2, 2-2, 1, or 1-2-1.
Explain how you figured out this order.
Because welcome to Die Hop, your one-stop shop for food. We love to slice and chop, so buy a crepe or two. We've got a few too many loose boards, but we can promise this to you will never be the ones that leave you blue. And then the 1-2-1 is just if we count only the times 2 is the actual number 2.
Clever.
That is pretty clever, Sparky.
Everybody says I'm bad at things until I'm good.
All right, Sparky, you put it in, so can you repeat the long one for me?
2-1, 2-2-2-2, 1.
It's increasing and increasing and increasing, and about halfway through it dies out.
Okay, try the short one.
That one just doesn't work.
Okay, 2. Unless the crepe counts as 1?
So it's not 2-1, 2-2,
4.
2-2?
For food?
But there's not a 4.
Irene thinks she's helping.
The girl just shakes her head.
Well, how about like a crepe? Like
Right, that's
1, like, you know?
what I was thinking. So 2-1-2, 1-2, 2-2-1-1.
It stopped sooner than last time.
God damn it.
We haven't won.
Oh, that's a 1. That's a 1.
What's a 1?
1. WON. So it's 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
A 1!
2, 2, 1. Is it just 2-1 repeated ad infinitum? 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1? No, it's 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-2-1.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is. I've got so many post-it notes with all these numbers on them. I can't read them. To Die Hop, we're one-stop shop for food.
1.
We love to slice and chop. So
2.
buy a crepe or 2. We haven't won awards. We've got a few too many loose boards.
I mean, I have a galaxy
Promise
brain.
To you.
I don't think it's correct. I think it's like
My galaxy plan is you're wrong.
no. Well, slice and chop. That's like 2 things. Slice and chop.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Did you count one of the A's but not the other A?
2-1, 2-1. 2-1, 2-2-1. 2-1-2. 1-2. 1-2-2-1.
Seesaw. Mossy starts singing to itself the last one, and you notice it sings 2 versions, one where it emphasizes A and one where it doesn't emphasize A. And like I told you, it stops earlier when the A is emphasized.
Okay, but then I said the original one, and you said that was wrong also.
You said the original one with A.
No. 2, 1, 2, fuck the A. 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. Okay, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1.
And the griddle catches on fire and stays on.
Yay!
Yay! First try. Oh, we did it. We did it. Okay, we did
We
it.
did it, team.
First try. I'm gonna cook a love crepe.
How do you all cook this love crepe?
We follow the directions.
I would like to hold up one very special Necromon. It is time to inform you that Pokio is a chef.
Oh.
Oh, you cook.
She turns them around to look at their little face. you can make a crepe.
Oi! Oi! Come.
They say they can make a crepe.
Oi, come!
I mean, I haven't cooked in probably over more than that, probably over more than a century. So, like, I would trust this little cactus thing more than I would trust myself on cooking crepes.
Yeah, let's let the cactus do the cooking.
And what follows is a beautiful, heartfelt montage of Pokio cooking. If you've seen Ratatouille, I'm really thinking those kind of vibes, you know, inexplicable French music, frolicking, dancing, so much joy coming simply from the process of creation itself. Except instead of a rat, it's a cactus, and instead of whatever the hell Remy was cooking, it is a crepe. And at the end in the center, you see a single crepe that is flaming with a fire that does not emit heat.
Pokio is beaming and looking to Irene for praise.
Irene will cuddle them so hard and then hold them up so that she's looking at their little face. You are the best chef in the entire whole world. Like all of them. There's never been any chef that's better than you, right? And she turns them back around and holds them out, Lion King style, waiting for Sparky and Kike to also praise Pokio.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I had no idea they could do that thing.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as I say, it's better than whatever I could come up with. Or Toucan as well. He tried to cook once, and I had to rebuild my kitchen.
I would be a very good cook, except my father does not let me use the stove alone.
I watched an image of Toucan in a burning chef's hat. Just proudly, I made breakfast in bed for Kike.
Yes, that is exactly what happened.
Okay, what do we do now with this flaming crepe?
Can we just...
Put it in front of the flames.
I was picturing putting it over my head like an oven mitt and trying to open the door.
Oh my god.
Is there a suspiciously crepe-shaped lock hole?
No, there is not. There is not a giant crepe-shaped lock.
Okay, there should be.
What if we feed it to our sheep friend now?
Do we have enough ingredients in case the crepe burns and or is eaten, and then we can recook it?
Do we have to like put it on a table as if we're serving it? We can serve it to the sheep like that. We can serve it to the hooplu. To the hooplu.
Sorry, the what? What if we eat it and then try to put our hand in the fire?
Oh, like eating it will give us immunity to the fire?
Yeah. Irene looks really proud of herself. One eye blinks, then the other eye blinks.
But when we touch the crepe that's on fire...
But again, if we run out of the crepe, do we have enough ingredients to cook it again?
As this happens, Poidlerat and Mossy start hyping up Pokio. Like, Tyler, see some.
Oh!
And as their love and affection seeps into Pokio, the flame on the crepe goes higher and higher before it eventually hits the ceiling, shoots all over the building, and suddenly every single door, the back room, the bathroom, every cabinet, and the front door burst open.
I like that you had to pull in the Necromon because we don't love each other enough.
Also, I want to be clear. The escape room was already over. That last part wasn't a puzzle. You just had to do anything. And I would have said, yes, it works.
I asked if there was a crepe-shaped lock, and you said no!
That's not yes-anding, Kyle.
Anything except for there is a giant hole in the door
Like, why
the
not?
size of a crepe.
I was gonna pick it up and throw it pie style at the door, but I didn't want to ruin our one crepe.
Now I regret not giving it to the...
We should have given it to the sheep. Can we give it to the sheep?
I mean, we still have it, right? It didn't, go away.
Yeah, I would like to feed it to the Wooblu as a thank you
Yeah.
for giving us the spatula.
Yeah.
Wooblu isn't there?
What?
No!
Where did it go? Wooblu?
Whoop-loo!
Wooblu?
Irene offers the crepe to the wall, thinking that it is the Wooblu.
That's not good. I feel like the Wooblu shouldn't just be out in the world.
Yeah, what happened to the little ship thing?
Where did it go? Where did the Wooblu go?
Did it like disappear with the flames?
I assume it's back out front doing its little thing.
Is it back out front doing its Wooblu thing?
No, it is not there either.
Oh.
No. The true mystery is
Kike, you have a tracking skill.
to find the Wooblu.
Use it on the Wooblu.
I wanna use natural hunter. Find the Wooblu.
I'm just gonna give it to you. It's in the door! It's in the fucking door that we spent the past 2 hours trying to open!
Okay, well, you made it sound like it wasn't anywhere in the immediate vicinity that we could see if we just turned our heads.
I just like that the second you get distracted by the Wooblu, the entire point of 2 sessions flies out the window.
You know, the longer you yell at us, the longer this session is gonna take.
What's in the room? What's in the room?
Is it another Wooblu?
Is it another Wooblu, or is it secrets, or is it both?
Is it a Wooblu with secrets
Is it a secret Wooblu?
that says things in Morse code?
Is Big Jake Hell a Wooblu?
I'm crying.
You enter the room. The fiery outline that was on the door and on the walls is all that is in here. It doesn't burn, but you can see almost through the flames, there's nothing but void outside of you. This is not a room in Die Hop. This is just a different space entirely. Every demon dies going down in flames. Their horns represent the length of their sins.
Ooh.
This room, this cell that all demons have, shows their sins. The wall is filled with what at first seemed like innocuous things. A new restaurant here, a new business there, fun little mom and pop shops. But when you grab onto any of them and you look, you realize that these are just fronts. If you turn it around, you'll see a name, bribery, intimidation. The backs of these innocuous restaurants, each of which naming a crime akin to one that would be done by a mob organization. All of which have connected to each other from the back in this tangled underground web.
Does it form anything?
The web all reaches a pedestal in the center, devoted to someone named Lucy.
Oh.
And on top of the pedestal, you see an open book that floats and makes kind of like murmuring sounds like a necromon with green writing in its center. And behind it, petting his Wooblu, you see Big Jake Hell, his short horns in this room lengthened so long they reach down to his feet and spill out like Rapunzel's hair.
Ooh.
I must say it took all of you quite a bit longer than I expected.
You could have helped us. You just sat in this room and you didn't help us.
Can I pet your Wooblu?
You just sat in this room, Jake, and you let us break into your restaurant and you let us go through all this rigmarole. We made a crepe. The cactus made a crepe. We went through the books, went through the microfilm, and you're just sitting. Are you kidding me?
This is his horny room.
Don't.
Is this some Wizard of Oz situation? One of those things, don't pay attention to the demon behind the curtain kind of situation as we almost burned in flames?
Wait, do you think the building was gonna burn down?
Not out of the question, Jake.
I mean, there were reports of restaurants burning down. You know, we had no idea you were actually here to begin with. So, you know, we were trying to save us and your restaurant, in a way.
Everything was on fire. Why would we think it would not burn down?
What was the alternative?
Well, touche.
Touche.
Yeah, touche. Well, let's, why don't you all take a seat? And he snaps his fingers and 3 flaming chairs appear, including some slogans that he's come up with, including "Our food is revolutionary," "The People's Eatery," "Let them eat crepes," and "Our food will slice your head clean off."
That last one is disconcerting, to say the least, is what Kike will say.
Out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Yeah, that one.
Irene says, picking up a frying pan and holding it over her head, looking at the door.
No! Get the kid away from the fire!
It's everywhere, Kike. We can't.
I'm hunting as well because I forgot which one. I didn't write down the answers.
What? Kyle!
I vaguely remember them. I found one.
I know.
I found one.
Listen, little sheep.
You little shit.
I meant to say sheep.
No, you didn't say sheep, but like...
Listen up, you little shit.
See, that's the different energy. Sparky with glasses. Now listen here, you little shit. Sparky glasses off. Listen, little sheep.
Yeah.
You notice that one of the mossies, which is wet and damp,
Both wet and damp.
Mm-hmm. Both types of wet.
is pulling out a little recorder from the bathroom that it seemed to find.
Well, thank God for these Necromon.
So wait, it came out of the bathroom?
Actually, no, fuck it. Fuck it, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna say, yeah, you just come back and the griddle isn't working.
What?
No, go back to when you were giving us stuff.
Go back to the thing you were giving us.
No,
No, go back.
no.
I hit the griddle with the spatula.
I'm undoing the freebie I gave you. Yeah, you just come back, you have the spatula, you have the spices, you do not have a working griddle.
Well, I think there's something in the bathroom then.